Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea and we talk all things personal finance here on this channel without the shame and without the guilt. I'm so glad we're on the same page about this. I'm so glad. So today we are going to be budgeting for August. Because I am paid every other Friday, I will be getting paid 3 times this month. So today is just kind of going to be an overview, and the next couple of videos that I share, I will be tweaking my budget depending on what's going on at that time, because budgets always have to change. Always. Make sure that you are adjusting your budget all the time. So the first thing on my budget dashboard that we're going to be talking about is the goal section. So for my first goal, I want to make $5 on TikTok. I just joined the Pilot Creator Fund program, I think it's called. And so I am going to try to make $5 this month. Let's see how that goes. The second goal I have is to send an extra $200 towards debt. Any extra dollar counts. I also want to track all my August expenses. I've been actually pretty good since, I would say maybe like May, June, about tracking my expenses. But honestly, it's made a world of a difference for me. Like, I know exactly where everything is going, and it's eased so much anxiety for me. Like, I know exactly what I'm spending. So when I'm looking at my accounts, I'm not like, what the heck is this? Or at least not all the time. It's been very helpful though to let me know like what I've been spending, which category it comes from, where I'm pulling the money from to fund whatever expense it is, and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna continue doing that. I also want to incorporate one low to no cost activity per week to get me outside. Summer is unfortunately already coming to an end, and I want to take advantage of this last month, August, and really just get out there a little bit more. I know y'all feel me. I feel like every time I walk out the door, I'm spending $100. So I am on a hunt to find enjoyable activities that don't cost $1 million and doing them one time per week. And then the last goal of mine is to post 4 different YouTube videos. I think in the last video I said that I don't count the shorts because the shorts are kind of just like I cross post them. Like I post it on TikTok and then I post it on Instagram and then I'll post a short. But I'm talking about like just dedicated me talking to the camera YouTube videos. 4 of those for the month of August. All right, so moving into our income section here. So if this is something that looks brand new to you, if you're new to this channel, this is my budget dashboard. I show bits and pieces of it as I'm discussing each of it as I'm budgeting, but the whole thing is down below, linked in the description, so you can find it there. But it's this whole worksheet that you can use that auto calculates all of your bills. It shows you a cute little visual, which we'll get into in a little bit. And you can also track your expenses on there. You can track whatever goals you have, all that fun stuff. So make sure to check that out in the description. So like I said, we are gonna get paid 3 times this month. And the first of which being, why did I put 8-2? Girl, what? Okay, I had 8-2, girl, today is 8-2. I'm recording on Saturday. What are you talking about? You got paid on Friday. Anyways, we fixed that. But 3 times, the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th are the days that I will be getting paid this month. The first check, if you've been hanging out with me for a little bit, you've known that there's been some like discrepancies with like my checks recently. When I saw this number, again, I'm not upset, but I'm just like, I'm worried. Like, are you gonna take it out from another check? Like, what's happening? Whatever. I'll take the extra couple bucks this time, but hopefully it don't get taken from somewhere else. And I know exactly what happened. I'm very meticulous. I look through my pay stubs anytime something looks different. Maybe they're gonna take it from the 3rd check. I'm not really sure what's going on here. So we did get paid for the first paycheck, $2,171. So I added that there, and I am hoping that I will get paid at least $2,159 for each check afterwards. I've also included a rollover category here, and I know essentially it's not new income, but for me, I'm counting it as new income so that I can budget it out. But rollover, if you are new here, is just expense money that I did not spend from the past paycheck. So I just added in here so that I can go ahead and reallocate that money out to something else, maybe an extra debt payment, maybe to some savings. So that's what rollover is. In total for the month of August, I should be bringing in $6,517. Now, because I do have that third paycheck and the third paycheck leans into some of September bills, my bill section will look a little bit different this time to make sure that I can pay those earlier September bills in that pay period that it falls in. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So moving on to the bill section, we do have our normal offenders here, mortgage, all that fun stuff. So anything that I've already paid, I've just marked as paid, and everything else is marked due, whether it's something that's on auto pay and I haven't yet paid for it yet, or it's coming due soon and I haven't touched it. I've been hearing a lot that everybody's electric bill is absolutely absurd. So not that I would want anybody else's bill to look absurd, but it's a little validating, I will say, because I'm just like, I've been living at this place for a couple of years now and it's never been this high. So what is happening? This is interesting. So we still went with the $130 that I normally would budget for this bill. And if it is more money, I'll just adjust my budget. And then I also have Mint on there, and Mint is my cell phone carrier. I pay that once a year. You heard that right. Once a year. So this amount, the $387.55, I pay with Mint for a whole year of unlimited service. If you're interested, I have my referral link below that will get you a $15 credit, I believe. Sign up with Mint. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you see the price. I've been on Mint for maybe 5 years now. I haven't had any issues reception-wise. If there has been an issue, I've literally been in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have not had any issues. I've had other cell phone carriers before. No regrets. No regrets at all. That's all I'll say. Then I have a little story about the alarm system. I am very grateful for my alarm system. As many of you may know, I always call myself a sink on my Instagram and TikTok videos, meaning single income, no kids, meaning I am the only one in this household. And for me, that is something that I think is right. I have myself set up is what I'll say. But this alarm system company keeps raising their prices every year, like clockwork, on the dot. And it's a little frustrating when these companies raise prices and then when you ask them why you're raising the price, it's, oh, well, you know, everything else raises prices. Yeah, I know. Are you making sure my job is giving me a nice little raise? Because everywhere is raising their prices. So what are we supposed to do as consumers? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really annoying. And then when I've asked this company, I really do love this company, but when I've asked this company, like, what's new? They're like, oh yeah, stay tuned. All the fun stuff is happening. And I'm just like, I'm still staying tuned. I'm waiting. Y'all see the fun stuff happening? Like, it seems like the same thing. I digress, okay? Because guess what? I'm still going to keep something going on here. So I guess I just have to complain and wrap it up. And then my water bill comes out quarterly. So this is the water bill. Normally it's around like $165. And so it came in super low this time. It came in at $118. I'm not mad about that at all. I'm really happy about that. Thank you, water bill. Appreciate you. So I'm definitely glad that that came in a little bit lower so I can allocate some of that money that I thought would go to that towards something else. Also, as you can see, Apple storage is on there for September. Again, that third paycheck is from, I think it's August 29th to like September something, if I'm not even gonna look at the calendar right now, but like basically there are bills that need to be covered with that third paycheck that fall in September. So just adding that on here so it makes sense for my actual budget. Essentially the $9.10 Apple storage charge would be something I would cover with that August 29th paycheck. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if it doesn't make sense. I'm glad to give more insight on this. I hope it does make sense though. But this is the bill section in its entirety, in its beauty, in its glory. Yeah. Moving on to debt, we do have our student loan payment. And again, that August 29th paycheck will be covering my September student loan payment as well. So I added that on here. You can see I have the 810 and the 910 student loan payment. We have our student loan, Citibank cards, Apple credit cards, and an extra credit card payment. So I'm super grateful for that. Next up, we have our expenses. So this amount, of course, looks a little bit different than normal. I normally allocate $150 per paycheck for myself for spending and so on and so forth, right? So instead of it being double, because I normally am paid twice per month, this one is triple. So it's going to be triple the amount of each expense that is listed here. Also, fund did get increased. So I've got some stuff going on in August and I am super grateful. I'm super excited and blessed. I'm going to be having some family visiting. I'm going to be doing some fun stuff. I'm going to be going on a girls trip with my girls. It's pretty last minute, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to do that. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I decided to increase some of that in the fun area just in case we end up getting into anything. I'll be prepared. And again, whatever I don't spend from these categories will get rolled over so that I can allocate it to an extra debt payment or to a savings account. And lastly, don't gasp too loud. I think I told you all I will be traveling with my grandma in September. And so I wanted to use this third paycheck to knock out the rest of the trip. I am taking her on this trip and I'm super blessed to be able to do that. We are going to be seeing where she grew up and all that fun stuff. So she'll be able to share those memories with me, which honestly is going to be such a priceless moment for me. Yeah, so this is why that number looks the way it does. Also, like I said, I will be traveling on a girls trip with my friends literally that I've been friends with for 20 years. So we are going to be going on a girls trip. And again, I want to be prepared. I'd rather front it with cash that I have instead of going into debt. So this is what I'm doing here. Again, if I don't use it all, it gets into debt or savings. Boom, easy as that, you know? Or I do have a lot of wonderful other things that are coming up in my life that I need to be saving for. So it can just get thrown there and I can get a head start on saving there. This is what I feel is best for my personal situation. Feel free to do whatever works for you if you are more aggressive in your debt payment or aggressive in your savings goals here. But I very much value balance and memories and laughter and joy, especially when we are busting our butts so much. So again, here's where that is. And so that travel money here, because I know that's where your eyes would be drawn to first, because that's where mine would be drawn to first. That travel is the rest of my trip with my grandmother, and that's also including spending money for when we get over there. So that's all ready and prepared for. And then that's also including my girls trip. That's what that is about. And then we have our savings challenge. So I am doing the ChatGPT envelope savings challenge that I created a while ago. So I'm still filling those envelopes out. Plus, my friend at Budgets and Cents 1 sent over a Sudoku and Save challenge. So I scratched off, I think it was $14 on there. So I added all that together. I did pre-pluck the rest of the ChatGPT envelopes and scratched off the rest of the Sudoku challenge like buttons to see what I would have to save throughout the entire month. And that's what that number came up to, $226 for the entire month of August. Events, there are some holidays. Like I said, my family will be visiting. So I'm just preparing in that sense of just having a little bit of money in case we decide to do something. And then for health, we do have some appointments coming up. We do have some things medically that I have to pay for. And that is what that's for. Again, just getting ahead, just trying to stay prepared, trying to stay on top of as much as I possibly can. So there's that. Next up, we have our monthly breakdown visual. So here it is in all its glory. You can see kind of how my income for August is being broken down by bills, by expenses, by debt, and by saving. So this is something that is auto-populated for me as I filled out my budget dashboard. Alrighty, so that's that. My question of this video is, what is one thing that you wish someone would have told you about budgeting or personal finance sooner? For me, I think I would have loved if someone would have told me it's not as restrictive as it is made out to be, because that's what I thought about it the entire time. Just how I grew up and all this other stuff and just like what I saw online, I always thought budgeting was very restrictive. I always thought if you budget, that means you can't do anything fun with your money. You can't do, like, you have to just be very strict. And as I've grown and as I've done my own research and have followed wonderful creators online, I've learned that it doesn't have to be that way. you can really balance it. You can really make it your own. Honestly, if someone would have told me this earlier, this is something that I would have started earlier. So that is something that I wish someone would have told me. Hopefully that's something that you're learning on this channel. But let me know what is something that you wish someone would have told you in the comments below. If you want to see more content like this, I do have more on my Instagram and TikTok, and that also includes a lot of like silly little videos and stuff like that too, and more lifestyle content. So if you're interested in that, make sure to follow me at Budget with Chelsey right here. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a like, please make sure to comment, and please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk soon. Bye.